Good morning everyone! This morning we'll talk about food catering. But before that, let's have first a short introduction of what is food catering. Catering is the business of providing food service at a remote site or a site such as a hotel, hospital, pub, aircraft, cruise ship, park, filming site or studio, entertainment site, or event venue for a large number of people. There are three general segments of food catering. The first one is commercial. The primary goal is of course for financial, and it involves generation of profits from the sale of food and beverage products. Example, restaurants, fast food outlets, bars, and pub. The second segment is non-commercial. The financial goal is of course that it does not involve generating profits from the sale of food and beverage products. Food and beverage are secondary business in alliance with the main business. For example, hospital catering, college or university catering, and transport catering. The third segment is the military. It encompasses all catering activities involved in association with the armed forces or diplomatic events. Example, army-based camp catering. Now let's proceed to the different types of food catering service. So there are two main types of food catering. We have on-premise catering, and the second one is off-premise catering. So let's discuss first what is on-premise catering. So on-premise catering is catering for any function such as banquet, reception, or event that is held on the physical premises of the establishment or facility that is producing the function. So on-premise caterers such as hotels, convention centers, and restaurants, they usually have the advantage of offering many services under one roof. So they can also provide sufficient space to house an entire event and plenty of parking. So take a look with this photo. Of course, this is a snapshot of a function hall, in a hotel and a restaurant. The second one, as I said earlier, we have off-premise catering. Often involves producing food at a central kitchen with delivery to and service provided at client's location. So part or all of the production of food may be executed or finished at the event location. At times, off-premise caterers must rely on generators for electricity intervention, for example, trap in potable water and devise a trash system. In most cases, there is no existing kitchen facility at the location, so where the food is served. So therefore, caterers must provide single event food service, but not all caterers are created equal. So take a look with these photos of off-premise catering. So another types of caterer. Again, these are the types of caterer. So the first one is full service caterer. So full service caterer is not only provide food but frequently cook it to order or on site. So they also provide service personnel at the event, plus all the necessary food related equipment. So all of the necessary, of course, the decor and the music as well, because this is again full service caterer. So full package of service. So the second one, we have hot buffet caterer. Hot buffet provide hot foods that are delivered from their kitchen in insulated containers, as you can see. So it helps to arrange the food display. So they sometimes provide serving personnel at an additional charge. And then the third one is party food caterer, supply only the food for an event. So they drop off the cold foods and leave any last minute preparation, service, and clean up to others. So let's proceed to the different catering equipment. So both on-premise and off-premise catering have much in common. Obviously, transportation by vehicle is a main difference. So it complicates food safety issues such as packing safely, to keep hot foods and cold foods cold, and to avoid spillage. So we have here the catering equipment, so the continuation of catering equipment. So this is accomplished by using insulated collar containers, as you can see in the photos. And we have here refrigerated vehicles, okay, so portable warming containers, and the last one is insulated food carts. Now let's proceed to the types of catering establishments. Beginning with the outdoor catering, it provides food and drink away from home base and suppliers. The venue is left to the people's choice. Hotels, restaurants, and catering contractors meet this growing demand. The type of food and setup depends entirely on the price agreed. And the last one, the outdoor catering, includes catering for functions such as marriages, parties, and sport events. The second one is industrial catering. It provides food and beverages to people at work, in industries and factories. Because again, this is industrial catering, similar to workers' canteen, cafeteria. And the purpose of this catering is of course for industrial catering, and this is to give refreshment to the workers. Large quantity of food produced in dining room with limited choices. It is based on the assumption that better fed employees at concessional rates are happy and more productive. The third one is club catering. It provides food and beverages to a restricted member clientele. Membership card is required to enter in the club. Some examples of clubs for people with similar interests are turf clubs, polo clubs, golf clubs, and cricket clubs. The service and food in these clubs tend to be of a fairly good standard, and nightclubs offer entertainment with good food and expensive welfare catering. The provision of food and drinks for those who obviously could not afford it or pay for it. So this catering is financially supported by the non-government organizations. Some financially supported by government includes catering in hospitals, schools, colleges, and armed forces and prisons. So basically, this is a non-profit catering. The fifth one is leisure-linked catering. Provides food and beverages to people engaged in rest and recreation activities. So this includes sale of food and beverages through different stalls and kiosks at exhibition, theme parks, zoos. As you can see in the picture, we have studios, galleries, and theaters. So the food catering outlet will be placed near to visitor attractions. So often serve fast food and simple foods such as burgers, hot dogs, nuggets, sandwiches, and soft drinks. The sixth one is retail store catering. So retail stores, apart from carrying on their primary activity of retailing their own wares, provide catering as an additional facility. So it is inconvenient and time-consuming for customers to take a break from shopping to have some refreshments at a different location. So, become the reason of the need for some sort of a dining facility in the retail store itself. So, it provides meal and drink both. So, it serves a menu a la carte, no? Food has been served. So, meaning the food is individually priced. So, the next one is transport catering, no? So FBS to provide food and beverages to passengers before, during, and after a journey on trains, aircraft, ships, buses, or private vehicles. So this catering categorizes into 4 parts. We have the airline catering, the railway catering, cruise catering, and the last one is surface catering. So let's discuss first airline catering. So airline, of course, catering to airline passengers on board the aircraft. So the meal is served to passengers on board on a commercial airliner. So as you can see in the picture. So food are prepared in the central kitchen. Okay, next we have the railway catering. Of course, traveling by train for long distances can be very tiring. Hence, a constant supply of a variety of refreshment choices helps to make the journey less boring and tiring. And it's true, right? So, on-board meal services are also provided on long distances trains. So, it gives less choice to the passengers. Next, we have cruise catering. So, one of the most luxurious catering, right? So, for example, in cruise ship, okay, so as you can see, so the food which is served is fixed with a little choice. So, food items is stocked in the store and prepared during the journey. Next, we have surface catering. I guess this is the last catering under the transport catering. Okay, so this catering, the passengers traveling by surface transport such as buses and private vehicles. So therefore, there is a catering for that. No? So limited menu choices also. So normally located around a bus terminal or on highways. Oh, of course. So we have here the caterer's objective. So as you can observe, so this is a deductive presentation, right? Because the objective is in the last one. So of course, the caterer's objective, first one is earn a fair profit consistent with the amount of money invested in the catering business. The second one, generate sufficient catering sales revenues to accomplish the above, to cover all operating expenses and to have enough money left over to reinvest in the businesses, or in the business rather. So the third one, ensure customer satisfaction. The fourth one, provide consistent quality and service. The fifth one, convey a particular image. The sixth one, develop a reputation for dependability, flexibility, and solving problems. And the last objective, caterer's objective, is stay on budget. Alright, so we're done with the short introduction or the bird's eye view of what is catering all about. Now let's proceed to the mechanics of food catering, which is my main topic. So we have here a healthy catering guide a healthy catering guide based on the Australian Dietary Guidelines. So in organizing catering for a function or event, we have to aim for the following. The first bullet, we have always have a healthy alternative available, such as a fruit platter, fresh whole meal salads, sandwiches or wraps, cold water, tea, coffee, and low-fat meal. We have also to aim that we will cater for varying dietary requirements. For example, gluten-free, vegetarian, and dairy-free. Include plenty of plant-based foods such as fruit, vegetables, whole grain breads and cereals. We also have to aim provide low-fat dairy options, for example, low-fat milk and cheese. Limit discretionary foods such as junk food. And of course, limit foods which are high in sugar, saturated fat, and sodium. And avoid processed meats such as bacon, salami, ham, and sausages. Limit alcohol or create an alcohol-free event. Always practice safe food handling and storage. And the last one, try to avoid food wastage by catering for the correct amount of people and storing leftovers appropriately. Alright, so this healthy catering guide is very useful for us not just to aim for profit, but of course to cater a healthy food. Okay, so we have here the table about the category of foods, the recommended and not recommended. So we have here, the first one is fruit. So the recommended, of course, all types of fresh, frozen or dried fruit, canned fruit in natural juice. Let's proceed to the not recommended. We have limit canned fruit in syrup. Limit sugar-coated fruits, example, glass fruits. For vegetables, fruit and vegetables should be included in most menu items. So the recommended, all types of fresh or frozen vegetables, canned vegetables should be salted, reduced, and rinsed. And all types of legumes and lentils. For the not recommended, avoid deep fried varieties such as chips and hash browns. Avoid creamy coleslaws, dressings and buttered sauces. And avoid bacon or processed meat in salads or vegetable dishes. For the dairy category, recommended, of course, reduced fat and sugar yogurt, reduced fat cheeses, reduced fat plain milk, and alternatives, for example, soy. The not recommended one for dairy, we have avoid cream, ice cream, and full fat soft cheeses. Limit flavored milk produces, etc. For lean meat and alternatives, lean meat with fat trim are recommended. Skinless chicken, fish, eggs, unsalted nuts, tofu, lentils, and falafels. Avoid processed meats such as ham, bacon, etc. Avoid tinned meats such as corned beef or spam. For breads and cereals category, the recommended, we have untoasted and oats, whole grain cereals, wholemeal pasta, brown rice, rice noodles and egg noodles, salt-reduced whole grain crackers and rice crackers, wholemeal, whole grain, white high fiber or rye bread. For the unrecommended one, we have here, limit refined grains, those made from white flour where possible. For baked goods category, we have here the recommended low-fat mini muffins or muffin hubs. For example, savory vegetable muffins or fruit muffins. Fruit or vegetable-based cakes without icing such as carrot cake or banana bread. For the unrecommended, limit butter, cream, or chocolate in baked goods. Avoid high-fat baked goods. And limit pastry products. And of course, avoid sugary toppings and icings on baked goods. For the spreads and sauces, oils, and dressings category, recommended hummus, avocado, eggplant dip, low-fat cheeses, honey, chutney, pesto, relish, salt, reduced soy sauce. Of course, prepare dressings from ingredients such as olive oil, balsamic vinegar, lemon juice, herbs, and spices. Salt reduced tomato, and barbecue sauce. Okay, so we have here the unrecommended one. Limit butter and margarine and avoid creamy, full-fat dressings and dips. Okay, so we have here sample of menu ideas for breakfast. Okay, so this is a healthy catering guide sample of a healthy menu ideas. Okay, so for breakfast, for cold options, so we have here range or high fiber cereals, for example, untoasted mussel, bran, and porridge served with low-fat milk, yogurt, and fruit.
Unsalted nuts and seeds, fresh, dry, or poached fruit. For hot options, so we have here whole grain or whole meal toast with bread, raisin or fruit toast, wholemeal pancakes, crepes with fresh fruit, breakfast wraps with avocado, egg, mushrooms, peanuts, and tomato, omelette or scrambled eggs with salmon or chicken and a variety of vegetables. For morning or afternoon tea, we have for fruit and vegetable platter, mix of fresh seasonal dried fruit, vegetables cut into sticks, low-fat dips. Okay, so low-fat cheeses and salted nuts and seeds, whole grain crackers with cottage cheese, vegetables and lean meat. For antipisto platter, a mixture of sun-dried tomatoes, olives, dried fruit, low-fat cheese, and wholemeal crackers. Fruit skewers with low-fat yogurt. Vegetable slices such as mini quiches or fritters. Low-fat fruit mini muffins, cones, or crayons, and avoid sugar icing. Use ricotta instead of cream and offer small portion sizes. For lunch and dinner, for sandwiches, wraps, whole grain and wholemeal breads with egg, lean roast meat, salmon, tuna, chicken, or vegetable falafel. Mixed salad, roast vegetables, or avocado. Low-fat feta, cottage, or cheddar cheese. A variety of salads, for example, Thai beef, pumpkin and feta, Greek cut, tabbouleh or garden salad, paper rolls, chicken and beef skewers with vegetables, grilled and stuffed vegetables. For soups, for example, pumpkin, vegetable and lentil soup, or potato and leek. For desserts, so fruit should be part of all desserts, for example, so apple strudel, low-fat lemon panna cotta with berries, crepes with fruit and ricotta, fruit crumble, mini fruit tart, fruit and low-fat sorbet, as you can see in the picture. Alright, so for drinks, responsible service of alcohol. Okay, so alcohol is classed as a type 1 carcinogen. So a known substance that causes, of course, cancer. So drinking alcohol can increase your risk of an alcohol-related cancer. So we have to reduce the risk of cancer. So we have to minimize this drinking of alcohol. So for sugar-sweetened beverages, drinks containing high levels of sugar. For example, soft drinks, flavored milk, sports drinks, and cordial increases your risk of being overweight and obese, which then increases your risk of developing certain cancers. So we have also to minimize drinking sugar-sweetened beverages. For food safety and hygiene, so food safety of course refers to careful handling, storage, and preparation of food to reduce the risk of food poisoning. So we have to be careful in our food handling. So as a start, here are some suggestions to help eliminate the risk of food poisoning. So of course, always wash hands before preparing or serving food. Next bullet, clean surfaces with hot soapy water. Throw frozen foods in the refrigerator before cooking it, right? So do not buy out of date or damaged food products. So avoid contamination and never use the same plate, container, or utensil that held raw meat products. Ensure all food is steaming hot and heated all the way through before serving. And for the leftovers, it should be always returned to the refrigerator or an ice with ice or as soon as possible with a temperature at or below 5 degrees Celsius. Be considerate of food allergies and intolerances. So remember this food allergy. So you have to prepare food which are not prone to allergies.
Have here the mechanics if you are cooking on site. So there is typically kitchen of some type if you are cooking on site. However, you might be cooking on your own implements. So you'll likely have LP gas, delivering a flame, portable stove tops, and much more. So you need an expert in catering equipment servicing and repairs, because if you are cooking on site, so make it sure that your cooking implements, your cooking equipment is of course functional. So if you are bringing hot food, of course, you still bring LP gas to the venue. So you can use it to keep the food warm while you are serving. Because when the food is no longer warm, so you can use this LP gas to keep the food warm. Okay, so for your electrical appliances, so some electrical appliances are needed to finish off the food preparation. I mean. So they need to be maintained by experts. Right, so let's proceed to the other catering guidelines and policies, starting off with table linens and skirting. So it talks about cloth, right? So linens are included with full meal service. Additional linens and skirting above the tables for sitting and a buffet line are additional. So for wedding receptions, the head table and cake table will also be included in the package. So for bar service, bartender requires 1 hour before and after event for setup. So there will no refunds for lost time due to liquor law violations. For food safety, so foodborne illness is very dangerous, right? So we have to remember that food is extremely perishable. So therefore, for your safety, the catering service strictly prohibits any of the guests taking food from the premises. There will be no refunds for any leftovers remain in the catering establishment, of course. And for final payment and guarantee, final count guarantee along with payment is due 3 business days prior to the event. For cancellations, catering guidelines and policies, there is no charge for catering cancellations more than 5 business days prior to the event. Cancellations made 3 to 5 business days prior to event will result in a 50% penalty of total reservation amount. Cancellations made within 3 days of event are non-refundable. But I guess it depends on the catering business establishment. For changes or late orders, changes to orders or orders received within 72 hours of event must be approved by the executive chef and will be assessed a percent penalty in addition to the menu price. Orders within 1 business day, if approved, will be assessed a 35% penalty. Remember that there are absolutely no changes to catering orders or setups day of event, during the day of event. So for taxes and service fee, all catering is subject to a tax unless tax exempt. For example, a non-profit catering is a tax exempt. Alright, so I hope you have learned many things today. Thank you for watching.